This is brand new to everybody. Overnight, the Senate voted to fund ICE for the rest of the president's term, but its push to reauthorize FISA, the Spy Powers Act, stalls.
Chad Pergram joins us over the phone with these new details. Hey, Chad.
Good morning, guys. Well, this has all just developed in the past hour. Let me start with FISA. FISA Section 702 has been very controversial. This is this domestic spying program that they have. And the problem with it is a lot of Republicans and Democrats wanted more guardrails. They've gone through several deadlines here. The push is to get this done by the end of next week. They thought they had a bipartisan agreement here because it expires at the end of next week. And so this was a test vote to get past this early this morning. And what happened is that Democrats who had been a party to this bipartisan agreement, they pulled out. You had a number of Republicans who voted against this on this procedural vote. But the reason that the Democrats pulled out is they do not like the installation of Bill Pulte as the acting director of national intelligence. They don't think that he is qualified for that position. And so they knew that on the Republican side of the aisle, there were going to be GOP no's, but they needed Democratic support, and they basically all backed out. This reform bill, this compromise here, would include a ban of a government-backed digital currency for 3 years, and House conservatives wanted a permanent ban on that. And it also would prohibit the FBI from using Section 702 of FISA against the prosecution of an American. So they thought they had an agreement there, and that all fell apart because of the Bill Pulte situation. Now, one thing I should note is that if you really get into the weeds on FISA, is that the program, the authorization expires, but what happens at the end of next week, the FISA court has indicated that they can still use you right there. So whether or not they can put the genie back in the bottle on that and work out something in the next week is very tough. Now, the other news this morning is that ICE and the Border Patrol, this is the last section of the government funding fight that stems back to last October, is now funded. They used this special process to go around a filibuster. They only needed a simple majority. They passed that. There was only one Republican no. That was Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. The House of Representatives late last night went out. They're not going to be in session today. They will have to sync up with the Senate next week, guys.
Wow, a lot going on. Ballroom funded or not?
Well, that's the issue. It's White House security is what it is here, and that's the one thing. There were a number of amendments. They had this vote-a-rama, as they call it, where they processed, amendments for about 16, 17 hours there, and that was one of the sticking points in this. Also, an effort by Democrats to say, look, is this weaponization fund, is that fully dead? There was an effort by Chuck Schumer very early on yesterday morning to block that, sending that back to committee to try to strip that out legally. So those were the two major things, but after a lot of consternation, they finally got that done. Remember, they were on the precipice of getting that done a couple of weeks ago, and they weren't pleased. Republicans weren't with, what Todd Blanche had to say about the weaponization fund.
All right, so it's not funded?
Not at this stage.
Copy.
I mean, there's White House security, yes. There is White House security, but this is specific to Border Patrol and ICE.
All right, so White House security would be that's $220 million. So $1 billion, right? $1 billion he needed to finish the ballroom, but he only got $220 million?
Well, you see, and that's the issue. That's where Democrats wanted more. Out the bill, they said this is just going to be about border security and ICE. And then what happened is you had the assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and they came back and they tried to put things in for the ballroom. The parliamentarian ruled that out of order, and so they put a little bit in there, but it's not the full thing.
Copy that.
Thanks so much, Chad.
So that's still in flux right now. All right, we'll be following that.
But now, that's great news, though. They funded security first time.
Right.
Water security
temporarily for at least the rest of the term.
3 more years.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
And opinion programming. Key details. Ownership. It is a subsidiary of the Fox Corporation. Content. The network provides national and international news coverage, opinion shows, and digital content through its website and mobile app. Programming. It features programs such as Fox and Friends, Special Report, America's Newsroom, and Fox News Sunday. Platform access. You can watch the channel through cable providers, the official Fox News website, or the Fox News mobile app. Perspective and criticisms. Fox News has been frequently identified by researchers and critics as having a conservative political bias and being supportive of the Republican Party. It has faced criticism regarding its reporting standards, with some academic studies and commentators arguing that its information environment can lead to polarization.